One thing I've always enjoyed is the British humor. And I grew up with a lot of great shows in my youth. One thing I used to watch all the time was the Monty Python and the Benny Hill, um, Good Neighbors. I mean, you can go name a dozen shows from my youth that I used to love to watch constantly because it had a good laugh. And they say, well, the Americans don't understand the British humor. I said, take some time, but once you do understand it, you do tend to enjoy what is in these shows. I mean, they're a lot of fun. Monty Python, I love the little animation stuff on there, which they moved into the movies and stuff like that. And, there were other shows, Faulty Towers was another one. Faulty Towers is, John Cleese was fantastic. And, we're seeing that Faulty Towers is returning. Won't be on the BBC. BBC will have nothing to do with this, thank God, because the way the BBC is going. But I tell, John Cleese, good luck with this. I hope it turns out to be not the way everything else has been turning out, that you'll put out a great comedy, a sequel to a series that is just, it was so much fun, so many great characters. And I understand you can't bring back some of the older characters because some of them have passed away, but, made times to introduce some new characters. But another show that I really, really enjoyed was a series called Red Dwarf. If you have not seen Red Dwarf, it's available, I believe it's still available on BritBox. It's available on Popcorn. It is a great series, very funny. If you don't know the concept behind this show, it is about a guy who gets in trouble on his ship, gets put in suspended animation, an accident happens, and the entire crew is killed. But the problem is the radiation lasts 3 million years, and he's reawakened 3 million years later, whereas the only people that he has left is a hologram of his worst nightmare, his roommate, and a descendant of his cat, who was in the hole safely, was having babies, and created an entire species of cats, so of humanoid cats. And that's fun. It's really fun. And then, of course, they added characters, Crichton, the robot, and the series has been running for many years now, off and on. And I think, what was the last? The last one was the one with speaking of the cats, the last one was the one about what happened to the cats on there, which was pretty good. But there have been some issues that Red Dwarf has been going through. They wanted to do another season. Unfortunately, the showrunners, the creators, got into a bit of a tussle, and a legal tussle. But some good news is that Red Dwarf will be returning. The legal dispute has been resolved, and we hopefully soon we'll get to see more of Red Dwarf. But before we read this off of the Radio Times, I just once again wanted to thank all of you for clicking on this video, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. We're almost to 700. We're under 40 to go. Let's keep it up on YouTube, and also subscribing, liking, sharing on all of our other social media platforms as well. So, from the RadioTimes.com, Red Dwarf's future confirmed after legal dispute resolved. The future of Red Dwarf has finally been confirmed after a legal dispute between its creators Robert Grant and Doug Naylor. It is no secret that the writers who co-created the comedy series haven't always seen eye to eye, dissolving their partnership in the 90s. Naylor continued to write Red Dwarf series, but in 2021 launched a high court action against Grant over the rights to the show. The dispute has now been resolved. It has been confirmed that both writers will continue separately working on Red Dwarf in different media. A statement reads, Robert Grant and Doug Naylor are delighted to announce that the ongoing dispute for Red Dwarf rights have been resolved. Moving onward and upwards, Rob and Doug hope to launch separate iterations of Red Dwarf across various medium, working again with the cast and other valued partners, and wish each other the very best. Smoke me a kipper, Red Dwarf will be back for breakfast. Following the release of the statement, Naylor also shared a tweet of the cast of Red Dwarf with the caption, Smug Mode. Exactly what two different iterations of Red Dwarf will look like, or what various media remain to be seen, but over the years, Grant has released Red Dwarf novels. Red Dwarf, which stars Chris Berry as Rimmer, Chris Charles as Lister, Danny John Jules as Cat, and Robert Lewin as Crichton, began airing in February 1988 and saw a huge success, spawning 11 full-length seasons. Grant and Naylor recently released a joint statement to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the first episode, making it clear that they both hope the series to continue. They wrote, to the fans, cast, and everyone between a smeggy 35th birthday, fingers crossed for more. Much love, Rob and Doug. And I hope there's a lot. I mean, as far as media, concerning this was out in remember that this is out in the late 80s. Internet wasn't even really that big at that point. It was being born. What can they do now? Now they're separating, comic book, novel, animated series, anime, even a Japanese anime. I would love to see a Japanese anime version of Red Dwarf. That would be interesting on there. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same characters. It could be a different group of characters. It could be taken from the perspective of Kachansky in the alternate universe. It could be it could be an alternate universe one. It could be also Ace Rimmer. That would be great, and a whole series dedicated around Ace Rimmer, but from the perspective of Rimmer, the one from Red Dwarf itself that went to become Ace Rimmer, and all the misadventures that he would have being Ace Rimmer. That would be hysterical. Like I said, I love this series. It is funny. I do watch it from time to time over and over again. Like I said, Popcorn has it on the app, and at BritBox, I believe it. And there might be a couple other places that might be running this on one of the apps. Like I said, it is fun. I was a constant fan of this from day one when it first came out. And I tell you, the misadventures that this crew has had back and forth, a lot of the things that I can point out that I can continue to laugh at every time. Rimmer being put on trial. The other times, Lister had two babies. He's like, how are you going to get two babies aboard a ship with no women? It's going to be fun to find out. The situations with Cat, Crichton, the ship itself. It is just a lot of fun. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts, because this is some good news. I mean, we needed some good news, concerning that we don't have good comedy, especially out of overseas. And, the last one was okay. It had some good laughs. But you could see that it needed a little bit more of a shine to it. But hey, still, it was Red Dwarf. So once again, let me know in the comments your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Once again, thank you for clicking on this video. We will see you again on the next edition of Man with the Show. Bye-bye now.